Good afternoon, everyone. This is your girl, Coteria, and welcome back to my channel, My Opinion Vlog. Now, let's go ahead and get into Kenya Moore, okay, the queen of twirl that's on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think she's been part of the franchise for about how many years? 12 years now, if I'm not mistaken. I remember when she came on there with this man named Walter. I think Walter was her boyfriend. But, Kenya Moore had a crazy storyline on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she definitely was a queen of drama. I felt like ever since, Nene Leakes, departed the show, she wanted to be the HBIC, the head biatch in charge, of the Housewives of Atlanta, because Nene Leakes, she, held that crown for many years while she was part of the franchise. But, I know there was some type of legal dispute that she had with Bravo of, I think, racism or mistreatment towards her as a cast member of Real Housewives of Atlanta and stuff. But, I never too much cared for Kenya Moore's character when she first started off. She just came, I feel like she was like a chaos demon. Because I'm like, wait, why? What I couldn't understand when Kenya Moore first appeared on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, I'm like, I thought you had to be a housewife. That's the point of the show, is you being a housewife. You're married to some type of, entrepreneur or some man with wealth, and he takes care of you in Atlanta. But she came on there, she wasn't married. She just was dating Walter, if I can remember. It's been so many years. I stopped watching this franchise, I'm going to be honest with you, about 10 years ago. So, it's been a long time. But every now and then, I'll see the highlights on YouTube, social media platforms. I'll look at the clips, and then depending on if it's controversy, if there's something big blowing up, I'll read the headlines in the news. But I don't watch the show personally, so I want to make that clear. But since this situation regarding Kenya Moore is all over the blogs, I said, let me do some research. Let me give my opinion about it. One of my fans and followers and my subbies requested me to cover the story. But like I said, I remember just Kenya Moore just being messy. She was a gossip queen, and she was a shit starter on the Housewives show. That's all she did. And I'm like, wait, it took her almost what? Just recently she got married, and I know she have a daughter, but she's 6 or 7. Wait, no, the daughter cannot be 6. I think she's like 5 or 6. How many? But like I said, she was on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she wasn't even married. Again, I don't even know how she even got the peach, because she wasn't. It took her almost 8-9 years to find a husband, get married, and to have a child. Which kudos to her, congratulations. I think Kenya Moore has always been a very, very beautiful black woman. I love her skin complexion. She always gave glamorous beauty, and sometimes along with beauty and just flawless skin and flawless look is cray cray. Because like I said, homegirl has definitely got into it with Nene Leakes. Her Nene Leakes. Nene Leakes. Also, Cynthia Bailey, ex-husband Greg, what I'm saying? She have started a lot of rumors. Like I said, I always looked at Kenya as the person who's an instigator, a shit starter, basically. That was her main character on the show, is to stir the pot. And she has been known for doing that, and she still is doing that. This woman is in her early 50s, and she still is stirring the pot. Now, this time, I think she stirred the pot too much, and now the grits is sticking at the bottom, because they said a new Real Housewives of Atlanta, a new cast member by the name of Brittany Edie, she basically is having it out with her. And I believe this is Brittany's first season on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, mind you, a lot of these reality shows, it is very scripted, okay? Yes, it's very scripted. I believe that they kind of tell the girls to go at each other and nitpick and start some type of drama, amongst the cast to keep the show interesting. So I believe that, when Kenya does this, I believe that it is egged on by Bravo. I don't see her just targeting Brittany for no reason. I feel like they like when the girls brew the drama amongst each other for ratings. But I don't know what was the root of it and what was the cause of Kenya Moore, going after Brittany in the first place. Y'all in the comment below can correct me and give me more, insight or in depth to what's going on regarding this story. Because I'm only going to just, scratch and touch the surface from what I've been hearing in the blogs. But they said Kenya is opening up a hair salon. Let me go through my notes. Just give me a moment. They said Kenya had a grand opening last week at her Kenya Moore hair spa. So she has a hair salon. I don't know if they do nails and, pedicures there too. They might do. But I'm so happy and proud of Kenya Moore. She deserves it. She works very, very hard in this industry. And y'all know it's very hard for black folks to achieve certain excellence, and have businesses. So I'm very happy. But they said at the grand opening, she was very messy, and they said Bravo cameras was there. Again, I do believe Bravo encouraged the mess. But remember, they sometimes they can't help what type of mess a person is conjuring up. And they said that Kenya Moore, when she had the grand opening, she had basically, exposed some explicit posters of Brittany, Edie, whatever you call her last name. And basically, allegedly, because we haven't seen it, and, we just hearing he say, she say, they said in these posters, they said Brittany was giving another man, fellatio, oral sex. And she posted this for a lot of people and all her guests who was there to celebrate her grand opening. They all seen this. So even Bravo Productions seen this, but they said that Brittany was not present. Of course, if a person don't like me, I'm not going to be at the grand opening ball or event. So they said she wasn't there, but they said that this did happen. And, I don't know how this information ended up getting leaked because, mind you, the 16th season has not even aired yet. But this information was leaked. And now Bravo is doing a internal investigation on Kenya Moore and seeing if this is some type of revenge porn. Now, Kenya Moore's sources in her team is saying that these photos is basically on social media. They're saying it's on social media, and she kind of got these photos off of social media. Now, the reason why it could turn into revenge porn is because she did it heinously. Like, she basically did this with intent to embarrass this woman, defame this woman. So this can turn into revenge porn because it's not like she was doing it for educational purposes. She was being malicious. She was being facetious. She was doing it as a form of slander to Brittany image. So yes, this can turn into revenge porn. Even if you did get these explicit photos online, but you did it in front of guests who didn't come there to see, this wasn't really a Bravo moment. This was a grand opening moment, a congratulations moment, I'm proud of you moment. You open up your own black business moment, and you turn it into something nasty and facetious. I mean, you could have did that basically when you had like a girls' night out event. You understand what I'm saying? So like I said, this is very sad for Kenya Moore. And now they're saying she's been suspended. First, it started off with her being suspended. Now they're saying her contract is terminated. And now they're saying she's trying to take legal actions against Bravo because they have terminated her contract because she did this nasty, spiteful things to this young woman. It's one thing to curse her out and maybe, just bring up lies and saying she's an escort. Because they said even in some leaked audio that they were saying that, let me read that. Let me bring that up. Give me a moment. They said in a leaked audio, you can hear Kenya Moore saying allegedly, you a paid hoe. And they said that she said Brittany does escort. She also said there's an IG that put your emails out on blast and says she charges $1,400 for an appointment to be an escort. And she also said you not only a hoe, you a cheap whore. You on covers of magazines being a thought. Yo, God, it was like Snapchat me that pussy, and you did. This is what she was, saying at her event when she exposed these posters of Britney's giving another man, oral sex fellatio. So I think a lot of people was very disappointed because wrong time, wrong place. This is something we supposed to be celebrating. This was not supposed to turn into expose or defame show, a person who wasn't even there present. Thank God she wasn't present because she would have been extremely embarrassed. But like I said, you get what you give and what you put out. And then this have come full circle because Kenya have done a lot of nasty things on the show. And I can remember years ago, and I remember this is years old, when she, blew that damn bullhorn in Portia's ears in her face, and Portia attacked her. Portia was like temporarily terminated. She was temporarily terminated for what Kenya provoked and what she did. And like I said, Kenya, she's a instigator, and she likes to provoke people and antagonize people to come at her. Like I said, this is why I believe that's why she survived so long on the show, because like I said, she the one who stirs the pot and get the drama going. And Bravo knows this. But like I said, she is a mother, and I feel bad. But one thing about Kenya Moore, she's going to get to that bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's going to end up being on another show. So like I said, Bravo may bring her back next season. Who knows? But she got to be careful about talking out the side of her mouth, against her soon to be ex-employer. Because mind you, when other stuff fails or other shows don't come through, Bravo could take you back. But it depends on if you start to, demean them and, come after, their business and their image. It all depends. So you kind of want to be careful with that. Let your lawyers do the talking. And I know you disappointed and you upset, but then at the same time, you got to know when to stop. You got to know, when the limits. This right here should have never happened. Because imagine if the tables was turned and somebody, found some type of porn video of her with a, let's just say Jay-Z. And they exposed this at a very Hollywood event with Hollywood people. She will be ready to sue too. So don't act like Kenya Moore, if somebody did revenge porn on her, she wouldn't sue. She'll be ready to sue too. I hate when people be like, oh, what Brittany did, this is not right. And see, we haven't even heard from Brittany. Brittany haven't even said if she's going to bring, legal charges towards Kenya or she's going to sue her. I haven't read or heard that yet. But like I said, all I know is that the homegirl been terminated. First she was suspended and she's been terminated from Bravo, from the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. And I haven't even heard if Brittany's going to, seek legal action. She might. Because even if this was AI generated, you shared it. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you accomplice. You shared something that was put online by somebody else. And you did it, like I said, in a demeaning, defamatory way. That's why, now the statute of it, now it's revenge porn. Because it was your intent it was your intent behind posting, this oral sex clip, if you get what I'm saying. So like I said, this is very, it's very sad for Kenya Moore. Let's go ahead and talk about Kandi Burruss, because, they said now she don't threw a monkey wrench in this situation. And now she's, full throttle supporting Kenya Moore. And she's being very voiceful with saying that, she's being very voiceful on Kenya Moore's behalf. She's saying that she don't like how Bravo suspended her, and she think this situation wasn't a big deal, or it wasn't that serious to suspend her. And she was just saying that how, this was public information. She should have not been, suspended or terminated. So like I said, she is being Kenya Moore's mouthpiece all of a sudden. And I heard that, Kandi wasn't coming back this season. She basically, resigned from Real Housewives of Atlanta. So like I said, I'm very surprised that she's going so hard on behalf of Kenya Moore about, her being suspended and now terminated. She feel that, this isn't right. But remember, you were the same one that got Phaedra Parks fired because, mind you, she, made up a defamatory lie about you and Todd. Basically got a dungeon and y'all was trying to, I want to say, RAPE or sexually assault Portia. She made up some type of lie or something like that. And like I said, this whole woman lost her contract and got fired. But now you're trying to, double down, and you're trying to backtrack and say what Kenya Moore have done to this woman, because it's very, defaming, to her image, to her character, to kind of post something like that. Now you're saying that it's not a big deal. Like, make it make sense, Kandi, at this point. I understand you got your little grievance and your complaints about Bravo because the check wasn't checking. And that's why you decided to exit stage left. But come on now. Because like I said, you was very voiceful and you was very upset crying because you're very sensitive. You're very triggered with what Phaedra did and how she lied on you. You know what I'm saying? And you signed her gag order. But now you're saying what Kenya Moore, have done is not a big of a deal. Or are you serious? If this was you, Kandi, I'm pretty sure you'll be ready to sue and you will want her contract to be terminated. But since she's your friend, now you got so much to say. This is why, I don't follow these people, because these people, like I said, they very wishy-washy. Okay, they very sometimey. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very surprised with Kandi's response and how she's going so hard and she's going on her social media platforms to be, to be very loud and proud about Kenya Moore exit from, the franchise and how she feel like the franchise is doing Kenya Moore wrong. But like I said, y'all, comment below, give me more insight and give me more information regarding this whole debacle with Kenya Moore and the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise and this whole Brittany Edie situation. And I'll catch y'all later.